Hi Ludvig, how are you?
I'm fine.
You look very summery.
Yeah, I thought I went to Stockholm, but I went to the tropics.
Yes, this is very tropical. We have a heat wave. Heat wave. But you don't live in Stockholm.
No, normally I live down in southeast part of Sweden in something called Småland.
Yes. I actually heard like a UK Swedish TV personality call it Little Land.
Yeah, that's the direct translation.
But that's so stupid. Why would you call it Little Land? I don't know.
It's a quite big region of Sweden.
It's not little at all. Everything is big in Småland. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Småland. Well, in part we are. Why are we here at the Sandgalleriet?
For my exhibition here, that's kind of I wanted to do looking back on 9 years working in the glass industry as old-time 100% hired designer.
And we don't. The things. The concept has changed now, and more and more people are freelancing and not being fixed contracts, right?
Yeah.
So the exhibition starts over here. Yeah. I'm going to show with my hand. I have the mic, so you can talk right now. But this is your Christmas collection that you did?
Yeah, it was my first assignment I got when I was applied. They wanted to take care of Christmas, what to do.
And what you did was not only just very cute Santa Clauses, but you also sort of like incorporated different technologies?
Yeah, it's combining industrial with handmade, you can say. It's handmade stamp that's historical reference both to classical Disney package and to glass production. You usually stamp the content in a bottle or something like that.
We're going to try to do this in 3 minutes, and normally I talk with the exhibition about for like 30 minutes, and we don't have time for that. But we can say that, Johanna, I'm going to point with my hand now. So normally I have like two sides, two walls here are from the Costa Boda period, and then over here there's a shift. Can we go over there? We can talk about your crafts as well, but I don't think we have time. Do you have any favorites from the Costa Boda period?
I think this series, the wildlife.
Why?
It was a very fun process for me to do it. It was after the economic crisis. The glass factory had a little bit too little to do, so I just got some glass workers and we worked side by side to do stuff so we could rise production.
And basically you were working almost intuitively. Can you say that? Intuitively?
Yeah. Every day I had to have some new ideas. So I worked the whole day and I had the evening to figure out what to do next day.
Yes, a fast process. So how long did it, so basically how many products was part of this collection?
In the beginning I think it started with like 8, 9 maybe. And in the end we had made, I think, maybe 15, 16, I don't really remember anymore. But it was a very fun, fast, intuitive project. And I think I really liked that. And all the glass workers were very, because they also understood the seriousness behind this project.
You wanted to save the Crystal Kingdom?
No, it was because you work side by side with, so you're a good friend with all the glass blowers. So of course you want them to have a work.
Let's move on, because the time period here. So how long did you work for Costa Boda?
5 years.
So this exhibition is all about the 9 last year. So the first 5 was with Costa Boda, and then you
almost 6, I think. So
almost.
Yeah.
And then you changed to another glass company called Målerås.
Yeah.
And what's the difference? Johanna, you can film Ludvig again, because I'm going to ask him a difficult question. Are you ready for it? Yeah. What's the difference between Costa Boda and Målerås?
I think they were founded in 2 different traditions. Costa was built up from the hot side of glassmaking, and Målerås is more constructed by cold working.
Meaning?
They have a different focus on, they put a lot of focus before.
I'm sorry, I'm holding the mic now, sorry.
Yeah. I thought you wanted to say something.
Yeah. I always want to have the mic, but sorry. I'm so concentrated on holding the vase, so that's why.
Don't drop it, don't drop it. But in Målerås I got the opportunity to make molds, because they have also a metal foundry. So they cast all their molds themselves. So it's a very old way of making molds, but it gets you a big artistic freedom, because you carve it in plaster. It's very hands-on, total analog way of working.
You said also yesterday that it's all about, for Målerås, it's all about the pre-production and after-production, or post-production. It's a pre- and post-production, right?
Yeah, refinement, you could say. It's like you put a lot of effort into the mold, and in the hot shop it's supposed to go very fast. So you get time to make a lot of extras in the cold side.
Now we're moving on. 3 minutes are basically up, but I think it's so interesting to talk about what's happened over the last 9 years. Do you have any favorite products from the Målerås production? We talked about the Costa Borda earlier.
Yeah. I think my favorite right now is the...
Are we going to go over here?
Little candlelight mushroom. But
why?
Because for me, I think it's a little bit like a combination with the hot shop and the cold working away. It's a very refined mold, so it goes quite fast, and I combine it with a freehand made hot shop product. So you get the mixture.
Thank you. I'm going to ask a new question. Are you ready? If you look around at the exhibition, you see a lot of like references to older glass techniques. Or do you have a favorite like reference historically, art historical reference?
I look a lot of back in history and a lot of. So I think I get my inspiration is combining all times, and we have. I'm very interested in how we use in popular culture. We use a lot of old stuff without knowing exactly what it is anymore. Like the Che Guevara T-shirt. It's quite, for me, a typical example of something being used so much, so it's kind of loses its meaning. It's just something.
So you avoided the question?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. It's quite difficult to interview this Ludvig Löfgren. I need to. This is basically not the last, but one of the latest projects for Målerås, and I think it's super amazing. Super amazing. Can we show it and can we describe it to the viewers what it is?
It's I wanted to do a stemware series that can't be made by a machine. It's a main option. So and if you look up here, it's both bubbly and totally smooth. So that was one of the big challenges to make that happen.
And so far, the machines can't make it. So far. The 3 minutes are totally up by now. Yeah. So the last question will be, of course, with something with Scandinavian design. So I think my question to you, Ludvig Löfgren, is going to be: you have been working with a classical Scandinavian material, glass. That's very classical Scandinavian design. Is it still relevant to talk about Scandinavian design internationally?
I think you can see it's a big interest, but maybe how it looks has changed a bit over this 9 years. It's changed, so maybe what Scandinavian designs means are starting to be a little bit wider. Hopefully, yes. So it's not only the 60s, 50s, 60s.
And your next step is you're going to Chicago.
Yeah. Toronto and Chicago.
That's your huge US tour.
Yeah. Canada and US tour.
North American tour.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I'm going to wave you off because you need to pack your bags.
Yeah.
And we need to finish this segment because it's been too long. I wish you good luck, and that's super exciting to have you here. I saw actually Ludvig's first launch, the Christmas thing, and that's one of the first times we met. Yeah. And I think you're an amazing designer, and it's super nice.
Thank you.
Good luck. And now goodbye.